Hello, lovelies. I hope you guys are doing well. I certainly am. Actually, that's not true. I have a sore throat, but we will go on. The show must go on. Yippee. Anyways, the rating for this is mature, so if you are not like 18, maybe, I don't know what our mature is, skedaddle and come back when you're 18. It's good to choose not to use archive warnings. The categories are F/M, F/F, M/M, and multi. The fandom is Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. Like, I would read anything else at the moment. Also, please, if you'd like me to read another fandom, tell me. I'm happy to read another fandom. If I know anything about it, that is. Relationships are Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, Regulus Black, James Potter, Andromeda Black Tonks, Ted Tonks, Alice Longbottom, Narcissa Black Malfoy, Bellatrix Black Lestrange, Rita Skeeter, Barty Crouch Jr., Emma Rosier, Ronnie McKinnon, Dorcas Meadows, Mary MacDonald, Lily Evans Potter, Narcissa Black Malfoy, and original female characters, Andromeda Black Tonks, and original female characters. This fic is 5,000 words roughly, and it's 2 chapters, so this will be 2 parts. Okay, let's go. Oh, How the Times Have Changed by Moonflower Lover. Summary. This is a multi-POV, multi-ship fanfiction playing in both the characters' years at Hogwarts, displaying their many issues and each of their happily ever afters 5 years later. I hope you enjoy my attempt at her comfort. Lots of love. L. P.S. I'm so tired. Chapter 1. Love Can't Cure Mental Illness. 1976. Remus and Sirius. What if they're right? He was whispering. What if that's all I am? What if I'm not enough? What if I'm what they say I am? They, well, as long as Sirius was concerned, they could go fuck right off. And take their opinion with them, preferably. What if they aren't? He countered. What if this ends up being magical? What if, in 10 years, we'll look back at the doubt we have now, and laugh about it? What if I break your heart? What if I break yours? There's always a risk, Mooney. We'll just have to hope the odds are in our favor. But what if it doesn't? Well, what if it does, though? We'll have tried. We won't have to wonder about what could have been. What if this ruins our friendship? It won't. How can you be so sure about that? Remus, Prongs would rather kill both of us than let us grow apart. True, but do you want this? Yes, Then do it. Risk it. Fuck everyone else. They'll have opinions. They have those already. At least I hope so. Sirius chuckled. You cannot be serious. Why, dearest Mooney? But I am. You're an idiot. Proudly. Completely mental. Agreed. Merlin's sake, Siri. You're really fucking weird. Amos looked at him as if the sun rose and set at his call. Sirius never had managed to figure out if he looked the same, but he could guess at it. Well aware. Kiss me? Ramus laughed then, and it was the most beautiful thing Sirius had ever seen, or heard for that matter. He couldn't get enough of it. Ramus sounded so alive, like joy bundled up and presented to you in a neat little package called Ramus Lupin. His eyes sparkled like little dots of gold dancing in the hazel of Remus's irises. His lips parted ever so slightly. Godric, his lips! They were the prettiest shade of pink, in perfect contrast to the freckles on both Remus's nose and cheeks. His dirty blonde locks framed his hair perfectly. He looked like a god, so damn perfect it wasn't human anymore. He did kiss him though, mumbling something about ridiculously lovely posh boys. Typical. 1978. James and Regulus. Regulus stood on top of the astronomy tower, staring down at the black void beneath him, and felt calm. He hadn't been this relaxed in ages. The thought of his being directly in reach comforted him. He was finally in control. Could finally put an end to pain, the sadness, the unrequited love. He just had to take a step forward, then jump. He stepped forward a bit, then breathed in, wanted to feel the cold air in his lungs one last time before ending it all. One last time. He closed his eyes and felt arms wrapped around his neck, someone pulling him back. The person was, apparently, crying. As tears were starting to soak through his robes and shirt, the salty water cold and unfamiliar on his skin. He turned around. James Potter was looking at him, concern written all over his tear-stained face as he pulled Regulus farther from the ledge. "What are you doing here, Potter?" Regulus drawled, overdoing his French accent to seem even more annoyed than he already was. Why was James looking at him like that? He couldn't handle this right now. Regulus could feel his cheeks heating up. "You need help," James helpfully said, though he didn't seem as if it was meant to sound as undermining as it did. "Pleasant as ever, I see." He was still trying to figure out how he was going to kill himself tonight if this kid, that he may or may not have a crush on, no comment, didn't stop bothering him. "That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. Did I offend you?" The Gryffindor sounded genuinely worried. I think we should probably talk about why you hate me, too, technically, another time. But I need you to tell me now why you're doing this." "I want to." Regulus shrugged, aiming for nonchalance. "Why?" The older boy looked so sweet, warm in the sun, smelling like cinnamon and tears. Who was Regulus to deny him the answer to that? "I have to go home tomorrow." "Come with me." James looked at Regulus as if he were the star he shared a name with, lighting up the sky every day after midnight, without fail. As if he single-handedly lit up each of James's days. Regulus didn't know why the other boy did it. What?" "Come with me." "I understood the first time. Just how would that work?" You're nearly of age, so you can go basically wherever you want already. Anyway, nobody cares anymore. Come in with me. That sounds like you're trying to get me to sleep with you, the Slytherin said before he could stop himself. Fuck. Wouldn't be opposed, James grinned, but not the point. Go to my house this break, and then the summer break too, and come to us during your last year and leave them behind. I can't. Why? How not? I know you want to be the hero in everyone's story, Potter, but some people don't want to be saved. Don't want to be, or don't think they deserve to be. Do you have a major in psychology or something? Regulus complained. Nope. Just have a lot of traumatized friends. That explains it then. Regulus was still mean, still fighting, but against whom, really? Come to mind this break, please? Salazar's fucking boots. Fine. Mom will be so pleased. She wants me there? Has since she learned of your existence. Your family are weird. Probably, now that I think about it. Do you promise to tell me if you get this bad again? This bad? Oh, why do you even care? Because it's you. Will you? I'm making a lot of promises tonight, but yeah, sure. Great. I'll walk you back to your room. Come on. 1973. Alice and Narcissa. Alice turned to leave. Come back to me. Narcissa couldn't quite explain it, but she would try. The first time she looked at Alice Fortescue and realized the feeling that was flying around in her tummy was love. She started having nightmares of Alice not coming back, of her leaving and making a life of her own. She never did, of course, but Narcissa couldn't get rid of the paranoia that boiled only inches beneath her skin. I always do. Alice looked at her as if she were the answer to all her questions, and the path that led her into the light. Narcissa doubted she deserved all this love and affection her girlfriend showed so willingly to everyone, especially where she was so guarded in hers. Honestly, don't know why you bother. Because you, Ceci, are the literal light of my life. The people I could find in every crowd. The person I could find in every crowd. You're my forever after, Ceci. You're my always. I'm scared I won't be strong enough to send the letter today. Context: the letter is a letter to Cici's family explaining she is no longer considered anyone besides her sisters and 2 cousins' family, and she won't ever set foot in any of the Black properties again. Then you'll send it tomorrow, or the day after? What if I fail? I'm not brave like you, or Andy, or Siri. You're plenty brave. One of the bravest people I know. You're just good at hiding it. You think I'm brave? Narcissa's voice was slightly breathless. Among other things, Al looked slightly unimpressed. Don't look so surprised. You're like a bloody warrior, Sissy. A heroine. I think you're the warrior. I'm more of a medic, I'd say. True. But then I'd think I'd set the world on fire to watch you smile. I'd fight a kingdom for you. I know, sweetheart. You basically are right now. You're fighting your kingdom. I suppose I am. That's brave. Oh, shut it. Sissa laughed easily. I would never shut up about my girlfriend. I love you. I love you too, sissy. Come back to me? How could I not? 1970. Ted and Andromeda. Andromeda was sitting in a room of happy people. Everyone was having the time of their lives. Drinking, dancing, kissing. The common room was filled with laughter and music. Muggle music, even. Andromeda was happy too, she supposed, compared to most days, but not as happy as she could be. It was her best friend's birthday, for Merlin's sake. She should be ecstatic. And probably sloshed too, by this point. Andromeda was neither of those things. She sat on the stairs leading up to her dorm to escape the smell of sweat that was truly nauseating, and also the reason she had nearly passed out earlier. Lyra was definitely drunk already, judging by the way her friend was dancing way more with way more enthusiasm than she normally would. Lyra's older brother, Aledfer, their parents seemed to have a favorite constellation, Andromeda thought, was force-feeding her water already, so she was in good hands. Someone sat by next to her. You look a little less miserable than normally, love, Andrew announced happily as he sat down next to her. Ted. Andromeda hugged him as tight as she could. How'd you manage to sneak in? The magician never tells his secrets, Black. Her boyfriend tickled her. Tonks. Andromeda gasped, now breathless for two very different reasons. Also blushing, most likely. Next year, it's going to be Tonks. Sounds lovely, Andromeda, Tonks. The Hufflepuff pressed a kiss to Andromeda's fingers. The one she wore the ring on. It does. Aren't you? The girl agreed. Aren't you technically my fiancé now? I keep referring to you as my boyfriend in my head. You're my girlfriend and my fiancé. And the love of my life. The woman I want to have children with, Andy's hand covered his mouth. Okay, I get the gist. Ted was looking at her as if she were an angel, sent by Merlin himself, just to him. As if, as long as he was with her, nothing could stop him from loving her, not even 1,000 hells. We're here next to her, happily ever after, boy. Andy didn't feel the need to cry until she threw up, was going to suffocate her. She truly, unlimitedly happy. 1967. Rita and Bellatrix. Merlin and Morgana. Sometimes I really doubt what we're doing is wrong. What do you mean, Bella? Rita came and sat down next to her, watching curiously. Fuck's sake, this girl was going to be the death of her. We get told it is wrong, too. She gave her a significant look. Love? But it doesn't feel wrong, does it? Feels different, I suppose. Different? Yes, Kara. But a good different. You're rewriting all I ever knew, and please don't stop. Please don't ever stop different. This is everything I want to do for the rest of my life different. I love her. What can I do different? I like the last term best. Rita elbowed her lightly. Of course you do. Sometimes I think if I could, I'd pack my bags and run around the world just to be with you. I know I'd follow. You, Bree, Amor? You can't say shit like that. Why not? We both know it's true. I'm not going to be able to stop doing this with you. I can't just go back and pretend not to be in love with you. Bellatrix was all too aware of the fact that there were tears staining her cheeks, messing up her mascara. Rita pulled out a tissue and wiped away Bellatrix's tears. Maybe you don't have to, Bella. Corre. You know I do. Maybe. We can just pack our bags and run around the world. That would be lovely. Let's do it. After graduation, we pack our bags and leave these homophobic assholes behind. You do that for me? Rita looked at her as if Bellatrix asked, she'd fight every man and every woman and everybody in between her. She'd built a castle just for the two of them, as if nothing could stop her love. It probably should be scary to feel that much at once for one person. But Bellatrix didn't feel scared. She felt honored to be allowed to experience this love. I'd do anything for you, Rita said, and both girls knew she meant it. In 1979, Barty and Evan, technically Evan and Barty, but Barty and Evan, because I can't read. What would you do if I had a heart attack right now? Tell you good riddance and go on with my day. Barty, that's true, he defended. I don't believe you'd be. Then by all means continue to live in your happy soap bubble of oblivion, Evan. Fuck you, the blonde shouted. His words weren't ill-natured in the slightest. Right back at you. Neither were Barty's own. Evan sprawled himself over Barty's lap, like he often did when he was bored. Entertain me. The other boy was blinking up at him, looking at Barty as if he was the sun that was Evan's orbit. The one person everything revolved around, and Evan seemed perfectly content to keep staring up at him. Barty's breath hitched. He was also hard, but that was beside the point. He had to stop these stupid feelings before Evan noticed. Why was he the one blushing every time Evan did something like this? None of their friends reacted like this. Thinking about it, that was only logical. Since Dorcas was a lesbian, Pandora was mostly a romantic and asexual lesbian. And Reg had his heart set on a very different guy. One wearing a red and gold Quidditch jumper with Potter written on it. Be, Evan demanded, which threw Barty back into reality of his life. Entertain me. Evan had to stop saying that because literally none of Barty's ideas of entertainment were proper, or legal most likely. Get your mind out of the gutter, for Merlin's sake, he reminded himself. Didn't help anyway. What do you want to do, Ev? Fuck me, as if you knew that. Evan, yeah, we're going to play Quidditch. You get your stuff and go down to the pitch. I'll meet you after I've showered. Sweet. Evan probably wouldn't be as excited at the whole thing if he knew the shower Barty was taking was ice cold, and that earlier mentioned boy was the reason for it. 1977. Dorcas and Marlene. I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. Goodness gracious, Cassie, babe, breathe. Morals, She sank down to the floor, breathing everything but labored. Dorcas, listen to me. Dorcas, breathe with me. Good, you're doing great. Can you put your hand here? Here, on my wrist. See? Marlene softly placed her girlfriend's hand on her wrist. Perfect. The thing that you can feel pulsing through my wrist is my pulse. We're perfectly fine. Everything is fine, darling. The Slytherin girl nodded. What if it isn't? Her breathing had evened out. To Marlene's delight. Hush, baby, it is, Cass. It is, I promise. She pulled her into her chest, stroking her back in what she hoped was a comforting manner. They won't like me. They'll love you. How can you be so sure about that, Lynn? They're my family, babe. If I love you, they'll love you. I don't want to intrude. Marley, I'm butchering that word, sorry. I could probably just rent a hotel room or something, or I want you to meet them. Please? Danny has been complaining about me finding a girlfriend before he did for months. I want to be able to properly tease him. That is the reason you want me to meet your family? Not the only reason, of course, but one of them. Sure. I get a humiliated older brother out of it. It's perfect. You're ridiculous. The fact that you haven't met my parents is really obvious. They're like 10 times worse than me. Maybe I don't want to meet them anymore then, Dorcas grinned. Oi, shut it. Dorcas looked at her as if Marlene were the person she'd go through hell and back for. The person she could kiss and love and exist next to without ever growing tired. The yin to her yang, the sun to her moon, the wand to her magic. Marlene didn't think she'd ever been happier. "1977. Lily and Mary. Lily was sitting on her bed, throwing everything she could find into her trunk. Lily! Mary stopped the other girl from throwing in another piece of line. That's my dress. Oh, good God, I'm sorry, Mar. Don't worry about it. Wait, you're aware you can't pack the bed curtains. Why would it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. You okay, Littles? Yes, fine. Perfect. Fabulous. Okay, there's definitely something wrong. No, it's fine, really. Sure, we're to think about it, don't you think? Think about what? The next time we come back to this dorm, it's going to be our last year. We're going to be head girl. You'll have your own dorm. Why would I be head girl? You're the most realistic candidate. Dorcas isn't exactly organized enough to be head girl. The Slytherin girl has no management qualities at all. Sybil and Emmeline don't care for the activities, though. The Hufflepuff prefects are both boys, and Remus isn't exactly head girl material, now is he? You don't have to be perfect to get head girl, though. Well, name one person that meets all qualifications except for you. I'm waiting. Mary prompted. I can see where you're going with this. Thought so. You're going to sleep with me, aren't you? Lily promptly choked. I'm sorry? Not like that. I meant cuddling. Lily, fuck's sake. Sorry. Sure. I knew that. Mary wasn't impressed in the slightest, and I always thought you were a good actor. It was a valid conclusion, the redhead defended. It really wasn't. Anyhow, she sat down next to the other girl. Gonna tell me what I have to kill for the mood you're in? Please don't kill anyone. Debatable. I'm scandalized. Lily laughed. Dearest apologies. I kissed her cheek. Lily blushed slightly. She never turned red, but her cheeks would be a tiny bit more pink than normally. Only noticeable to the most observant people. Mary basked in the fact she could do that. Makes a girl blush with the simplest touches. Lily was looking at her, unguarded love warming her heart. Lily looked at her as if she were the center of the universe. Her heart and soul, her everything. To Mary, Lily was all that Mary knew. Everything she desired and more. Okay, is this sweet or what? Also, yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Also, since it is now the middle of February, I'm having my first theater meeting in a couple days on Saturday. So excited. Oh my gosh, we're doing the play that went wrong. The play goes wrong. The play that goes wrong. It's the play that goes wrong. Okay, I need to get in my head. It's not the play that went wrong, it's the play that goes wrong. Anyways, take care of yourselves, guys. Eat 3 meals a day and drink 64 ounces of water a day. If you would like to, like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what I should read next, or if you would like me to read your stories if you're a writer. And be happy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.